Right now, this carousel is turning under strings of lights and children's laughter. It looks like pure joy, but these horses once overlooked a whites-only ticket booth, baton-wielding guards, and students who dared to demand change. In the next few minutes, I'll take you behind the fairy tale front to discover the hidden stories of exclusion, resistance, and rebirth that Glen Echo Park carries in its bones. In 1891, idealists launched the Glen Echo Chautauqua, a place where lectures, music, art, and intellectual exchange would draw city dwellers seeking culture and elevation. But within a few seasons, the money dried up, attendance lagged, and the dream faded. By the early 1900s, a different idea arose: leisure, spectacle, thrills. Streetcar companies and private investors repurposed the land. In 1911, the gleam of roller coasters, swimming pools, and concession stands replaced lectures and tents. From early on, many black families faced exclusion from Glen Echo. Its ads were published in white newspapers. Visits by black patrons were discouraged or blocked. With the opening of the Crystal Pool in 1931, enforcement of exclusion hardened. After that point, black patrons were broadly denied entry. For nearly 50 years, Glen Echo functioned as a whites-only amusement park in practice, even if signs didn't always say it. In 1921, the Denzel Carousel was installed, becoming a signature ride. Fast forward to 1960, students from Howard University, part of the Nonviolent Action Group, purchased tickets and attempted to ride. The carousel operator refused to turn it. Guards intervened, and arrests were made. That protest ignited 11 weeks of daily picketing with support from the nearby Bannockburn community. Counter-protests, including from the American Nazi Party, emerged. Under pressure, the owners announced Glen Echo would desegregate in the 1961 season. The Supreme Court later ruled that the arrests were illegal. Stories linger that the Klan held cross burnings on nearby fields, visible from Glen Echo's grounds. While some local reports suggest such gatherings, I found no confirmed record that the Klan officially leased space inside the park. One of the most persistent legends, the carousel still spins on early summer mornings, making no noise except the soft, spectral creak of horses. A night janitor reportedly claimed to have seen a woman in a 1920s bathing suit drifting over the dry pool deck. These stories exist in oral memory, folklore, and paranormal circles. Fascinating, evocative, but not legally documented. Back in 1918, a coaster accident killed one person, falling from the gravity railway, a reminder that amusement park life has always flirted with danger. By the 1960s, attendance declined. In 1968, Glen Echo stopped operating as an amusement park. Soon after, the U.S. federal government acquired the property. The General Services Administration transferred the land, and the National Park Service assumed responsibility. In 1983, local citizens formed the Glen Echo Park Partnership for Arts and Culture. They brought back carousel animals that had been sold off and led restoration efforts. The Spanish Ballroom, arcade building, and other structures have been rehabilitated. Today, Glen Echo is a flourishing arts and cultural center with dance classes, workshops, festivals, and intergenerational visits. The Denzel Carousel still welcomes thousands of riders each year, now as a bridge between past and present. If this layered history of Glen Echo, its dreams, its pain, its resistance, is new to you, hit subscribe. I dive deep into stories hidden behind the facades of everyday places. And tell me, if time travel were safe, would you visit the Chautauqua era, the segregated park era, or dance in the Spanish ballroom before the ghosts descend? As I walked through Glen Echo Park the day before the business part of my business trip began, I experienced somewhat strong negative vibes from the park. I'm not able to articulate exactly what I was feeling or why. I can only say that I had a very strong feeling of not wanting to be there, but I didn't understand why. The day I was there, I did not know the history of the park. I had been under the impression I was visiting an abandoned theme park. I wasn't expecting people or a working carousel. Maybe the broken expectations created a negative response. But as I roamed the park, taking pictures, I thought about questions that echo today. Why do we gravitate toward sites once haunted by injustice once they're tamed into museums, art spaces, or restored parks? Is reclaiming joy in places that once excluded people a form of repair, or is it selective memory? When we hear whispers of ghosts in such spaces, are they literal specters or emotionally charged echoes of past suffering, protest, and hope? Next time you walk past the Spanish ballroom at dusk, listen. Do you hear steps in an empty hall? A distant melody? Or the soft hum of a carousel turning in dreams? Glen Echo Park reminds us, history doesn't rest quietly. Beneath its cheerful surface lies stories of exclusion, courage, reinvention, and yes, even legend. If you know a place with a shadow archive like this, share it in the comments. Let's turn every sunny photo op into deeper curiosity and witness the hidden stories all around us.